Okay, let's begin with some breaking news. There's been an explosion in southern Yemen at Aden International Airport. Several people are said to have been killed and injured in the blast, which happened as members of the new Yemeni government arrived. We're going to have more on that story. We're going to bring it to you later in the programme. Meanwhile, the battle against coronavirus has taken another leap forward after health regulators in the UK approved the vaccine developed by Oxford University scientists and pharmaceutical company AstraZeneca. Now, it's the third vaccine to be approved in the West, and it joins those manufactured by Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna. Russia and China are also distributing shots, but they haven't completed mass testing. The Oxford-AstraZeneca vaccine has some advantages over the other two. It's much cheaper to buy and it can be kept in a regular fridge, unlike the Pfizer shot, which requires ultra-cold storage. Even as approval was being announced in the UK, orders for tens of millions of doses were confirmed by both Taiwan and Indonesia. As many as 3 billion doses are expected to be produced worldwide by the end of next year. Well, the approval came on the heels of the news that the UK had had its biggest day of cases this year. It's currently battling a fast-spreading wave of infections driven by a new variant. British Health Secretary Matt Hancock says the Oxford vaccine will make a huge difference.
Enough of this vaccine on order to vaccinate the whole population. You know, we've got 100 million doses on order. Add that to the 30 million doses of Pfizer, and that's enough for 2 doses for the entire population. So I can now say with confidence that we can vaccinate everyone, except, of course, for children, because this vaccine has not been trialled on children, and anyway, children are much less likely to have symptoms from the disease.
OK, let's speak to Rory Challens. He's at the Royal London Hospital in Whitechapel. This is a significant moment, isn't it, for this approval?
It is, yeah. It's a big step forward. Just one small correction. I'm outside Guy's Hospital, actually, not the Royal Hospital. This is a vaccination centre that I'm standing outside of here. And it gives you an idea, really, of the kind of infrastructure that's needed to administer the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine at the moment. You can hear the generators humming behind me. People have to be kept warm. The vaccine has to be kept super chilled. This is a hospital setting. The advantage of the AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine is that none of this will really be necessary. You can basically give it to GPs, general practitioner doctors, you can give it to nurses, you can give it to mobile teams, anyone with like a normal fridge essentially who can go out into the community, set up little mobile sites and get that vaccine into as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. And the task is a huge one. The London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine said that there would need to be something like 2 million doses of vaccine being administered a week to have any hope really of denting the march of this new strain of coronavirus that's ripping its way through the UK at the moment. We know that hospitals are being put under increasing pressure. There's been a major incident reported in the county of Essex where hospitals are essentially saying that they are being overwhelmed. That's a sign of what's happening in one part of the country. At the moment, there are only 200 vaccines being done a week in the UK. Compare that to the 2 million that some schools of medical thought think are necessary, and you can see why this Oxford vaccine is such a big step change. They're hoping that they can get this starting to be rolled out on the 4th of January, not a moment too soon.
Rory, thanks very much indeed. Rory Challens talking to us from outside Guy's Hospital in London. Rory, thank you. OK, let's go back to our top story, that explosion at the airport in Aden in Yemen. Several people are said to have been killed and injured in the blast, which happened as members of the new Yemeni government arrived. Mohammed Al-Attab is joining us now on the phone from Sana'a. What more do we know about this attack, Mohammed?
Yes, with the arrival of the new formed government to Aden's airport, there were powerful explosions have been heard in the city of Aden. According to some sources, that the number of casualties or also how many people have been killed and injured have not yet been confirmed. but this is considered, according to observers, as a setback to Riyadh's agreement that has been signed by parties, the Southern Transitional Council, and also the Yemeni government. Many people hoped that this agreement would be implemented in order to put an end to the political disagreement between both sides.
Mohammed, I know it's very early into this incident, but the obvious question is there any speculation about who might have caused it?
Nobody knows who's behind such explosions, and some offenders point to the United Arab Emirates told there, because there are people who do not move on to the government and also the Southern Transitional Council to agree on a united government. There are some interest for both parties, especially for the tools, as according to these observers, not to make this agreement a success.
There are going to be questions, aren't there, Mohammed, about the level of safety in Yemen generally, but in Aden particularly, given the fact that this was supposed to be the day that the new government was setting up shop there, if you like. There are going to be questions about how safe it can be in Aden.
Yes, many hope that the agreement would be implemented, and the president is expected to arrive to Aden on the first day of the coming year, 2021. These explosions, and also confrontations in there could make this agreement could cause a setback to. But many hope they would resolve this issue and also contain the current confrontations in order to pave a way for the new government to come. In many occasions, the government tried to go to Aden and to start governance there. But unfortunately, they have met many setbacks. This is maybe the fourth or the fifth time that the government tries to reach Aden.
Mohammed, thank you very much indeed. I know we're going to be checking in with you as this story develops, but for now, Mohammed Al-Attab talking to us on the phone from Sana'a. Thank you very much indeed. More now on the coronavirus and the UK's approval of a vaccine developed jointly by Oxford University and the pharma company